Alright, Alabama. State Oil and Gas Board, Alabama Governing Onshore Land Operation Administrative Code 401.7 Processing Table of Contents. 401.701 Production Facility Process for the facility of the plant. Production facility of the processing facility plant. All production facility process of the facility's plant shall be designed and installed, maintained, and managed, provide sufficient safety, operation protection with the environment. Production facilities, all production equipment shall be designed and installed in accordance with generally accepted industry practice with the standard of the general process with the schematic flow diagram showing all the equipment with size, capacity, time, working pressure, separated with flare, scrubbers, treaters, storage tanks, compressors, line pumps, metering devices, other hydrocarbons, handling vessels should be submitted with the supervisor for operation with the designated field boundaries, well-sighted equipment. The same typical schematic may be submitted by the operator for the field with the deviation. Typical schematic should be submitted with the supervisor. Prior to construction operations, sour gas production facility approved that must be obtained with the supervisor. Application for the permission of construction operated with the sour gas production facility shall be considered in a two-step process. Step 1, operator seek with the supervisor approval of the construction operations sour gas production facility shall submit the duplicate information listed below. General schematic flow diagram showing all the equipment locations, size of the capacity with the design, working pressure for the separator of the fire, servers, temperature, storage tank, compressors, line pump, metering device with the other hydrocarbon handling vessels. 2. The description schematic diagram showing hydrogen sulfide safety monitoring equipment specified within rules 401.902 relating to the operation of the involved hydrogen sulfide. 2. Prior to placing the equipment, insert with the following information submitted with the following classification, signed with the date, title of the company represented by the operator, certified that the production facility that has been designed and installed with will be operated with accordance with the general accepted industry practice with the standard for which facility. 3. In accordance with the Rule 401.902 relating to the operation involved with the hydrogen sulfide, operator certificate complying with the operation involved with the hydrogen sulfide on Form OGB 24 of the facility associated well with the gathering line submitted for the supervisor. The additional information required by the supervisor. The processing facility shall be designed and installed with the maintained with accordance with the generally accepted industry practices or standard private the construction or operation of the processing facility. The approval must be obtained with the supervisor. Application for the permission with the construction operation process facility shall be considered with the two-step process. Step 1, operator seek with the supervisor approval of the design construct for the processing facility shall submit a duplicate image of the information listed in the plat over the side of the general statement of the process for the procedure of the facility with the design capacity for the facility. 3. A general schematic flow diagram showing all the equipment, the location platform showing a location side with the capacity and the design with the working pressure for the separator with the flare scrubber, the tester for the storage tank, the compressor for the line pump, metering device, the other hydrocarbon vessel. 4. Generalized schematic diagram showing the location of hydrogen sulfide, combustible gas detection equipment, the sensor for the line, personal safety equipment, the fire and fighting, when emergency shutdown device. 5. The construction plan schedule for the shall be submitted with the supervisor prior to initiating construction of the facility. Step 2. Prior to placing the facility in service, the operator shall submit with the pertaining operation maintenance and listed below. But the operator shall submit with the schedule for the included initial testing, inspection, safety system of the facility, such as will be witnessed for the board representative prior to the commencing of the operation of the facility. Schedule for the subsequent inspection of the testing shall be submitted to the supervisor. Gas monitoring equipment, including equipment with the hydrogen sulfide monitoring, combustible gas detection, shall be maintained with accordance with the industry standards. 3. The operator shall maintain records showing the dates of the result of the inspection, testing, repairing, with adjustment, reinstallation of all shut-in device, the relight valve safety system with a period of the 2 years during which at the time shall be available for review by agent with the board. 4. The prior to the placing processing facility within the service of the following certification signed with the date of the title of the company representative shall be submitted with the operator certified with the processing facility has been designed and installed with the will be operative with the meet with the expect exceed with the generally accepted industry standard practice with the facility. C. The notification shall be given to the supervisor of the turnaround operations. D. For sour gas operation, additional to the above of the following information shall be submitted with the description and schematic diagram showing the hydrogen sulfide safety monitoring equipment specified with the Rule 401.902 relating to operations involving hydrogen sulfide. 2. Operator certificate compliant with the operation involving hydrogen sulfide Form OGB 24 of the facility associated well with the adding guidelines based on the supervisor. Additional information will require the supervisor. 3. Plant should be designed and installed with the maintained in accordance with the general accepted industry standards. Prior to the construction operation of the plant, approval must be obtained by the supervisor. Application for the permission of the construction operator of the plant should be considered with a two-step process. Step 1, operator is seeking the supervisor approve of the design construction of the plant shall submit with the duplicate information listed below. 1, plant over the site. 2, a generalized statement of the process for the procedure of the facility with the design capacity of the facility. 3, with the generalized schematic flow diagram showing with all the equipment, the location, plat scope, knowing location, size of the capacity for the design, working pressure for the separator, flare, scrubbers, grader for the storage tank, capacity for the line pump, the heating device for the other hydrocarbon handling devices. Generally, schematic diagrams show the location of hydrogen sulfide combustible detection equipment, the sensor for the alarms, personal safety equipment, the firefighting equipment, emergency shutdown device, construction plan, schedule shall be submitted to the supervisor prior to initiating construction of the facility. Step 2. Prior to planning, the service operator shall inform the pertinent operation maintenance listed below. The operator shall submit with the schedule for the initial testing and inspection safety system of the plant listed for the test shall be the business for representative prior with the commencement of the operation of the plant shall be the subsequent inspection testing shall be submitted with the supervisor of the gas monitoring equipment, including equipment for the hydrogen sulfide monitoring combustible gas detection should be made in accordance with the industry standards. 3, the operator shall maintain the records of the date with the result of the inspection, testing, repair with adjustment, reinstallation of all shut-in devices, relay files, safety system for a period of 2 years during the time they should be available to review by agent of the board. 4, prior to placing a plant insert for the following certification signed with the date with the title of the company representative shall be submitted to the operator that the plant has been designed and constructed will be operated to exceed generally accepted industry standards for the such certificate facilities. C, prior to placing a plant involved with extraction into surface approval that must be obtained with the board after a notice of the hearing. D, the notification should be given the supervisor of the turnaround operation. E, for the sour gas operation additional for the above. Following information shows to be submitted. The description of the schematic diagram showing the hydrogen sulfide monitoring equipment specified the Rule 400-1902 with related to the operation involved with the hydrogen sulfide. To the operator certification complying with the operations involved with the hydrogen sulfide OGB 24 form of the facility associated well with the gathering line submitted with the supervisor. F, the additional information required with the supervisor. 4, modification production facility with the processing facilities and plans. Modification production facilities, processing facility with the plan should be addressed in the following manner. Aim with the production facility with the required modification metering chain with the provide with the basic information pertaining with the flow diagrams, treatment with the revised schedule with the submitted supervisor with his approval prior to making such modifications. If and any sour gas production facility, processing facility plants require modification metering chain with the revised with the basic information pertaining with the flow diagrams, profit, the safety system, the equipment, the size, the location, revised schematic shall be submitted. Supervisor approval prior to making such modifications. See additional information when required by the supervisor. And that was Chapter 400-107, the processing.